Hi you guys, welcome to our garlic planting day. I'm so excited. It almost caught me off guard that it was time to plant the garlic because it's been a very warm week. I remember last year when I was planting the garlic, it was very cold. So I don't remember if I planted it later than I did or than I am now. But I remember it was much different in weather temperature. It's a warm fall day out here. So I'm unwrapping all the garlic cloves that we have. I took a bunch from the garlic that we grew last year and I'm reusing it to grow more for this year. And had such a good harvest this year. It was so great. But I'm definitely hoping to plant more and get more consistent, bigger bulbs because we had quite a good variety last year. So that garlic bed that I said I was going to smooth out and amend last week that I was gonna do, I didn't do it. So that's the bed we're gonna plant the garlic in today. So I need to go ahead and do that first and get it ready so that we have somewhere to put all of this. It's so bright. Oh my gosh, I need a gloomy day. I love gloomy days for gardening. But this is actually, I'm planting them in our bed where we pulled up all of the sweet potatoes. The soil is so well worked, very deep, and very nutritious right now. So I think it'll be the perfect place to try to get big bulbs from this garlic because the soil is really well worked. But as I'm going through, like breaking it all up and moving it around again, I'm finding more sweet potatoes. It's just these little tubers, but it's just funny because we definitely had some more trying to grow. Like we had new little leaves producing before the frost. So it's just showing sweet potatoes, so easy to grow, really resilient, and so our garlic. Okay, so I walked over here to sit down in the shade under this tree to talk to you all about my garlic. And I'm barefoot out in the garden today because I love being barefoot if I can. And since it was a warm day, I was all for it. And I didn't realize that this tree I'm under is a chestnut tree. And I just stepped on this. Like, the worst pain I have ever felt. It went right into like the arch of my foot, and oh my gosh, that was so painful. I had to sit here for quite a while because then my foot started tingling, and then I was like worried, like, is this poisonous? Am I gonna die? But it's gone away now. The tingling only lasted like maybe a minute. But wow. So what I came to talk to you guys about, garlic. like I said, I almost missed the garlic season of like the actual time my zone should be planting. We're in zone 7A, I believe, and I've learned in the past that it's better if you feel like you've missed the time to plant something, it's better just to try and maybe fail than to not do it at all. Because I'm pretty sure last year I planted these really late, and I know people who are in like the same zone as me who planted them in January and still had an amazing harvest, but it was just later in the summer. So that's the only downfall, is it can take up more gardening space for longer. But if you want garlic, then that's still worth it. So I am catching this still on plenty of time. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they are a little bit bigger next year. Our dog sees something and is like chasing it. There's literally nothing there. But so if you're wanting to grow something that is super easy and completely low maintenance, like you don't have to do anything with it, he's cracking me up. If you are wanting to plant something super easy, super low maintenance, can survive anything, plant garlic. Garlic is the easiest crop to grow, and I highly recommend it. And what you do, so if you buy it and it's in bulbs still, you can buy them from seed stores or your local seed shop. Last year I missed time to buy it, so I literally went to our local, like, it's called Sprouts, it's kind of like Whole Foods if you have that around you, and I just bought organic garlic from the store and planted that, and I had a huge harvest from it. So if it's not perfect and how you think it should be, don't let that stop you. Just try for what you can. I'm trying to get this open so I can show you. So you'll take one of the cloves. Oh man, so much on this. This is actually our garlic that we harvested from our last year. So I'm really pumped that we had enough left over to where I could plant more from it. Okay, so you want to keep it in its wrap. You don't want to like unwrap it like you're going to cook with it. And the pointy side goes up and the flat part goes on the bottom, because this is where the roots will come out of. And you just put that in the ground straight up. You want it to completely cover it. And it recommends to do these like 8 inches apart. That is so not necessary. I'm gonna do mine like 3 inches apart so that they can bulb up fully, but I'm trying to get mass production out of our garden space, so 8 inches apart isn't gonna cut it. So plant these straight up in a row. I'll keep the rows a little bit further apart. I'll probably keep them about 5 inches apart, but I don't measure this. I just do it based off look. So we'll start planting those and get them watered and let them rest for the winter, and they'll start growing once it starts warming back up in the spring. Oh my gosh. So you know, as I'm going through picking up stuff while I'm making these rows, I'm literally picking up sweet potatoes, and I just stopped to tell you that, and I stepped on this one. This is actually a really good sized one. What is happening? How did we miss this many? Or did they just already regrow? See all the little white spots from where this entire garden bed is full of garlic. I planted 8 6-foot rows. I think that's the length of this. So we're gonna have a huge garlic harvest next year. So pumped about it. We had a big one this year, but I knew we would need more. So I made sure we're gonna get that. Wow. Well, I would call that a wrap. They're all tucked in. I'm gonna water them down and they're gonna rest. They'll grow a little bit since it's warm, but then they'll go dormant over the winter and start growing again when it warms back up. But I am so pumped for this garlic harvest next year. Thank you for hanging out with me today, guys.